Welcome to Sweatpants and Stories, the podcast where we get comfy and talk about the books we love. And today we're putting on our comfiest sweatpants to dive in to the seasonal book Fall I Want by Lyra Parish. Okay, now this romance in Cozy Creek is brewing as strong as their coffee.
Very nice.
Well, thank you.
Yes. All right. So we know we should never judge a book by its cover, but we're going to do it anyway. So what it says is love is brewing in Cozy Creek where falling leaves lead to falling in love. Very nice.
Cute saying.
I will not read the blurb on the back. It is a bit lengthy, but I will read the top part where it says Fall I Want is a feel-good, spicy, small-town romantic comedy with a billionaire who falls first and harder. Grab a pumpkin spice latte, a warm fuzzy blanket, and make your way down to Cozy Creek. All right. What do you think? What do you think of the blurb? Do you feel like it captured the book?
I think so. I mean, it was a feel-good book. It's definitely spicy.
Yes.
And yeah, it's small town, Cozy Creek. The one thing I had an issue with is it says Cozy Creek on the front and the back, but everywhere you read in the book, it's called Cozy Hollow.
Yes, agreed. Agreed.
So which is it? Is it both? Because maybe if it is, that's cool. It's something I just couldn't figure out.
Yes.
And I kept looking for it too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's the one thing I think I had the issue with is, and I didn't realize that until after I read the book. And then I was like, wait, Creek, Hollow, okay. But I do have to say, the one thing that really got me into wanting to read this book are those edges.
It is fabulous.
I didn't think I liked sprayed edges until I saw sprayed edges.
It is just fabulous.
And this is
see this, but it's fabulous.
Yeah, it like you have leaves on the top, you have leaves in a latte on the bottom, you have the entire rest of the store on the side. Like it really just takes the cover and just continues it throughout the entire book. And I'm not sure when I put it on my bookcase if I'm going to put it front regular or to show the beautiful pages.
Yes, agreed.
Because they did such a good job.
Agreed. And I also like the front artwork.
Yes.
You know, I like that it has the cartoon feel to it. I like that they have them in the bakery. Very, a lot of fall vibes on this. She's handing him a coffee, which is such a, initial early part of the book. So I think they did a nice job with this. I liked it.
I have a question.
Yes.
So have you noticed that actually in the window is his house? Hollow Manor is there.
It is not notice. Where is this?
A very small black section with yellow lights.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may need different glasses for that, but you're right though. Oh, that is a fun twist.
Right? And you don't notice it at first.
No.
And then you read the book.
Never mind at first. Not at all.
But then you read the book and I like to go back and look at it. Because every time I'm opening my book, I'm looking at the cover. And then I just was like, oh, that's a pretty mountain. And I was like, wait, okay, that's really cool. Because it's kind of hidden. You don't notice it at first.
Yes.
Or at all until someone points it out. And it has a significant part.
That's
because
true.
the Hollow Manor has a very big part in this book.
Yes.
And I love that they put it on the cover.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I feel like it's good depth perception, given how long she had to walk and run to get there. So
yes, very well done.
Very well done. Very well done. Good cover.
And now we come to our favorite part of the podcast, where we answer the burning questions and get our hottest takes. So let's dive into the chemistry check.
Let's do it. All right. This book uses the fake dating trope. Was the premise of their fake relationship believable, or did the lines blur too quickly? What was the moment you felt like it shifted from fake to real?
I think it didn't really follow it that much. It was almost rushed in a way, where it was like, yeah, we're dating, to kind of get my ex off my back. And then were they fake dating? Were they not fake dating? Like, it was so hard to follow. At some point, I forgot they were fake dating.
Yes.
Right? And then, you know, Zane pulls her out of the coffee shop that Sebastian's in, gives her this like magical kiss, and then you're supposed to think that they're still fake dating when they both said the kiss was magic. And it's like, okay, maybe no. And that was so early in the book.
Yes.
I felt like that was within the first probably 15 chapters or so.
I would think so.
Because let's talk about what happens in the first 10 chapters. Because, guys, this main character's name is Zane. But we don't know that until chapter 10. We think his name's Alexander. And then she calls him Alex. She also calls him Mr. Dreamy. So this character has 4 different names.
Yes.
We can refer to him as any of them, honestly. Yes. And I, for one, were confused.
Yes.
Because it mentions Zane on the back of the book. So then who is Alexander? Is this a new person?
Agreed.
What's happening? Then we start the fake dating because they run into Sebastian, which is when we find out his name is Zane.
Mm-hmm.
And she just goes along with it. Like, oh, Zane. And it's like, you didn't even know that was his name 5 seconds ago. And now we're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I felt like the fake dating was just kind of thrown in there.
Yes.
Especially given the fact how it started. They hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
They had such horrible interactions at the beginning. And then right after that, it was like, we're dating.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I also felt like it was very quick, and it wasn't a key part of the book. It felt like it moved on really quickly from fake dating. Like all of a sudden, oh, now we're going to fake date, right? And it also seemed like, why are we fake dating? Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. You know, there was a bit of a drama with Sebastian and stuff. His ex was sort of non-existent for most of the book. And so it just felt like it was not necessary. I honestly think they could have done this same book without ever having the fake dating piece of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Or make it more, like, last longer.
Yes.
Right? Like, maybe not have the kiss that was so magical that it kind of blurred the lines.
Right.
So soon. So we could be like, okay, well, we're fake dating. He's taking her to his dad's wedding.
Yes.
Where his ex is going to be. That I understand that.
Right. Makes sense.
Right? Like, he's trying to get Sebastian off her back because he really wants to fight for her. Like, so the fake dating would make sense if we kind of followed through with it.
Right. Agree.
Okay.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. Well, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So let's talk about the small town charm and vibe.
Yes.
Right. So we are in Cozy Creek / Cozy Hollow.
Cozy something.
Cozy something. It's a cozy place in Colorado. Okay. So it's meant to be a magical autumn-filled setting. So did the small town atmosphere and fall aesthetic enhance the romance, or was it just a background detail?
I'm going to say for me, it was more of a background detail. I think it was a nice setting. I felt initially the fall vibes from it with the coffee shop and the folks, you know, sort of in the Halloween attire, and, you know, just you can feel kind of the fall atmosphere in the early chapters, I think, when she's running and the air is brisk and the leaves are falling and things like that. But then it felt like it moved away from that. And so I kind of missed the coffee shop dynamic, and I missed the town dynamic, because then they were in different places, and, you know, a lot of it was in his house. And so it just, for me, it didn't have a lot of the small town vibe to it and aesthetic. So it was great. You know, it had a fall vibe to it, but not as much as I think I expected it to have.
Yeah, I mean, the title of the book is Fall I Want. And by looking at the book, it is fall to a T.
All over.
The main character's name is Autumn. So you're thinking it's going to be this, oh my goodness, like it says, grab a pumpkin spice latte, like really get into fall. And I'm like, this is perfect because fall just started. I really want to get into that vibe. And it starts with Zane / Alexander / Alex / Mr. Dreamy finding.
You're never going to move past that.
I will never move past that. But he finds the bulletin board with a sheet that has all the town fall activities.
Yes.
Really, what did we see?
Yes.
I wanted to see more.
I wanted to go there.
Right?
Yes.
They went to the pumpkin patch opening, which I thought was great.
Yes.
They picked out pumpkins. They carved the pumpkins.
Yep.
That was great, right?
Yes.
We made the pumpkin seeds. She makes pumpkin bread. It's a lot of pumpkin going on.
Yes.
But then that's it. There's nothing else. At some point, we then go to we're at his manor for a lot.
Yes.
And then we end up going to New York shortly after. And we're in New York, I feel like, longer than we're in Cozy Creek Hollow. One of the two. Cozy, Colorado. So yeah, I feel like she really could have grasped onto that fall concept and just gone with it. And then it kind of lost its meaning. Like they talk about a local diner, and then there's like these cute little older women who light love spell candles, and they have a book club. And I feel like it's such a cute small town that you really could have grown to love it, but we didn't get a lot from it.
Yes.
And so I had a little bit of disappointment there.
Yes. Yeah, I would have liked to have spent more time there.
Yeah, especially towards the end. Because towards the beginning, it was so, straightforward, right? Like we're wearing the Halloween earrings and everything's pumpkin themed and all of that. And then it just kind of falls away from it.
I see that. There you go.
I'm going to leave it at that.
There you go. Well, it did say there were more books in the series. So maybe we go back and we get more of it.
Maybe.
I don't know. If you have happened to read any of the other ones, please let us know.
Yes, please. Let me know
maybe
if I want to read.
Maybe we will add them to the
that can be part of our podcast.
Yeah.
I have a lot of TBRs.
Me too. Me too. Too many, one would say. On to the next question. The element of fate and magic in this book. Some reviews mention a touch of magic, a touch of fate, the concept of twin flames. Do you think the romance was brought together by fate, or do you think it was more of the choice of the characters?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, after reading this book, it has to be fate. Because it happens so fast, it's just within the first couple chapters, like they're in it. Their emotions are just so strong, but his are stronger. Like you feel like he is just completely into this relationship, and Autumn's kind of trying to find her way into it. And she mentions like, hey, I know we're fake dating, but what if while we're fake dating, I find the one? And he's like, basically like, well, I want whatever's best for you, but I found the one.
Right.
Like
I'm already there.
Right. And so it's so crazy. But then to touch base with the magic, his sister's a psychic. You have like the twin flames gets mentioned a lot.
Right.
Like I can see and understand where the author's coming from with this book, right? Like she's going with, this is fate. And a lot of times in real life, it's so hard to see through that, right? Because very rarely does that happen in real life. And I'm okay with reading it in a romance book. Like, good for them. Right. They found their soulmate. I'm so on board with this. But I don't know. I think I may have wanted a different timeline for it. Like, especially with the fake dating. Like, go back to the last question. We talked about how that kind of fell through the cracks a little bit. It got blurred a lot.
Right.
Like, if this was fate playing a hand in it, like, all right, maybe the fake dating does make sense that it blurred a lot, because fate's like, you're not meant to fake date. You're meant to be together forever. Right. And then you have, here we go. You have Alexander / Alex / Zane / McDreamy.
Man by 4 names.
Yes, 4 names, right? For this perfect specimen of a man who, I know they say he's a billionaire, but I didn't truly understand that concept until he was like, I want you to write this book about Mr. Dreamy. And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, how much do I have to pay you to write this book? And he's like, well, how about 10 million? What? And he's like, well, 20. He's like, all right, I'll give you 50 million to write this book.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, just the concept of $50 million, just like that,
Yes.
was just mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess if he's like, she's my soulmate, I know I'm going to marry her. Like,
yes.
he calls her his future wife, like, all the time.
Yes.
And so it's like, money's nothing to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't get past that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money to write a book for.
100%.
Like, especially one that maybe he's going to be the only one who reads it.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
So, yeah.
And I do feel like she was leading you down the path in this book that it was fate. Like, when I was reading it, I felt like there was no other logical conclusion to draw, but that fate brought them together and that they accepted that so quickly. And I think that for me was a little surprising because I would have expected maybe a little more skepticism or some conflict or something where they're struggling with the feelings, but it was kind of like, well, your sister said it. You've got the mother's letters that are leading to it. Like, it just felt like they were just resigned to the fact of, well, this is fate and we're supposed to be together. So yeah. I missed some of that, turmoil, I guess you get, or the uncertainty or the questioning.
Yeah.
Throughout a portion of the book.
Yeah. So. And I mean, especially since we mentioned the exes.
Yes.
Right? And on the back of the book, it mentions both of the exes.
Yes.
And I'm expecting something, I guess, bigger or more at
conflict.
Play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe like they're a little hesitant with fate because their last relationships were that bad. Like,
it's valid.
Like Alexander Zane Alex McDreamy, his name got dragged through the mud with his ex-girlfriend because it was an ex-girlfriend because she did that documentary. Right. And it made him look so bad. And I feel like maybe he would have thought twice before accepting another woman into his life.
Yeah, sure. It's valid.
But all it took was a loaf of pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Pretty good bread.
Yeah, I've got to get that recipe. All right, so let's move on. I feel like we spent a lot of time on that question.
Yes.
All right, so steam versus emotion. This was a tough one. All right. So the book is described as spicy. Did the intimate scenes feel like a natural progression of their emotional connection, or did it exist primarily just for the extra spice that was promised?
It was spicy. Let's just leave it at that. I think there was a lot that was included in this book. I would say early on, you kind of had that connection, that intimacy, okay, great, right? And then you got to sort of the second half or the latter part of the book or whatever, and there was just a lot. And I think probably a lot more than I was expecting. I think I was thinking more twists and turns and conflict or challenges or whatnot that the characters are going to have to face. Whereas it just seemed like there was just a lot of spice happening. Not pumpkin spice.
Not pumpkin spice.
A lot of spice. So just leave it out there. If you are a fan of a lot of spice, great book for you. If you are not, maybe think twice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of descriptions in this book, and it happens a lot. A lot more than I was expecting, right? I get spice, and I read spice. This was like Carolina Reaper spice, right? Like
we're gonna have a pepper scale.
Yeah,
next
that'll
pod.
be our next one for how spicy is the book. This one is like ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper.
There was a good amount of spice.
There was so much spice where it was hard to almost follow the plot. Almost to be like, all right, well, where are we now? Like, what are we still doing in New York? Right? Or, okay, now we're going to Vegas to get married, but we're not going to Vegas to get married because now we're going back to Cozy Creek / Cozy Hollow, Colorado, whatever,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It was a lot. And I remember just turning the page and being like, oh, another one. Okay.
Again, if you like spice, this is
so right up your alley.
Good book for you.
Okay.
Good book for you. If you were not anticipating that, if you were thinking a little more coffee shop, small town feel, a little different.
Yeah, with maybe one scene thrown here and there.
Yes.
Right? I'm not saying don't have any. Like, it says it's spicy.
It's
so have some of the scenes,
That's okay.
Right?
Right.
It's expected.
Right.
But maybe not expected 82 times. I'm just saying. I mean, obviously their chemistry is off the charts.
Yes, clearly.
So I can't fault them for that.
They're fictional.
Yeah, they are fictional. Yeah.
All right, next question. How well did you think the pacing worked? I feel like we touched upon this a little bit already. Did the meet cute happen too early? Did the main conflict drag on too long? What do you think?
Honestly, the meet cute happened in the first chapter, right?
Yes.
Like she makes him this coffee. She calls out Alexander. She calls him Alex. He goes, "That's not my name. It's Alexander." He takes a sip of this coffee or this, what is it? A Rossetto?
Something.
Ristretto? What is it?
I have no idea. I'm not a coffee drinker.
Me either.
That part was lost on me.
Yeah.
All I knew it was something that I kept calling the wrong thing, I think, in my brain.
Yeah.
So
risotto.
Which I don't think is it. Yeah. That sounds not what you want to have in a coffee cup.
That's on the Food Network. Yeah.
That is not within the coffee cup.
Yeah. So it was just too soon, right? He doesn't like her coffee. It's not really a meet cute, right? It's more of like a meet hate. I don't know. It
was early in the book. It was very early in the book.
I felt like it was within like 10 pages.
Yes.
And it was like, okay, we're now in this together, right?
Yeah.
Then they meet again and they hate each other even more. So it's like, wow, okay, this is a lot. And then to deal with the conflict, there isn't a conflict.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of conflict in this one.
I couldn't really get it. Like maybe there was some conflict with Sebastian at the birthday dinner when he shows up, and then it's like, I don't want you to be near me. And he's like, I'm not giving up until like ever.
Right.
And it's like, okay. But then we don't really see him anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know, not much. I was expecting more like of a little bump.
Yeah.
Like a little something.
Yeah. Or it to be more prolonged. I think it again, I think back to the concept of the fate. I think they were just on the page of, well, it's fate. And so there just wasn't a lot of conflict because they had already decided that, fate had brought them together. Yeah, so I kind of miss some of that. I do think though, from like a light read perspective, it definitely had that feel. Like it wasn't too heavy. It wasn't very emotional. There was a little bit of conflict, good amount of spice. Like overall, it's a pretty light, light, good read. Yeah. Comfy read. Yeah. Cozy read. Whatever. Cozy read. Cozy read and Cozy
Creek.
Hollow Creek.
Colorado.
It is. So.
All right. Well, speaking of something along those lines, right? All right. Did the book deliver a satisfying happily ever after or a happy for now? Right? Was it earned? Did it feel rushed?
Yes.
What do we think?
I think for sure it's a happily ever after. I mean, I again, back to the concept of fate. I feel like we're digging into that too much, but I feel like they were resigned that they were together forever. It was a happily ever after. We had a wedding. We had a ball with a pumpkin carriage and a beautiful dress. And, we had a bonus scene, which I love, by the way. I'm a good fan of a bonus scene that comes after the fact that shows them somewhere else. Could have been a little further down the road, but that was okay. We got to see them at another holiday. So I think it definitely delivered a happily ever after.
Yep. I mean, the epitome of happily ever after is being Cinderella, right? True. And I feel like that was her. He was dressed as Prince Charming. She was dressed as Cinderella. He brings her glass slippers.
Yeah.
She rides in a pumpkin carriage to a pumpkin ball where they're named the Pumpkin King and Queen.
Yeah, he is definitely a fictional character. Let's just put this out there.
Yeah. Honestly, if you guys know of somebody like this who actually exists, please let us know because we are genuinely curious.
Curious, not available, but curious.
We are not available. We are both happily married with children, but
curious if anyone has seen this in real life.
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to read a book like this, where the guy is so unrealistic.
Yes, perfect.
I mean, there was nothing wrong. It was, here's a black card with your name on it when we're still fake dating.
Yes.
Spend all my money.
I mean, like, again, a light read though. Like if I am trying to escape reality, this is an escape from reality.
Yes, so, absolutely. Absolutely.
You can't go wrong with that.
No. And it does kind of end perfectly with a nice, neat little bow.
Yes.
Which is how I like my endings. because at the very end, at the epilogue, we're at the New Year's Eve.
Yes.
The ball drops. She takes Zane, Alexander, Alex, Mr. Dreamy into a room. I think it's a bedroom. Shocking, I know. And she pulls out a box with a bow, and what is inside? Her book, which is actually titled Fall I Want.
There you go.
So it does tie in quite well. She does finish the book.
She does.
My question is he giving her the $50 million for the book because she did follow through with what she said?
I think she got it anyway with the lack of a prenup. So that's just my view on that.
That's fair.
There we go.
All right, guys. So now it is time for the sweatpants scale.
Woohoo.
Yay. All right. So are we going to rate it a 1, stiff jeans?
Ooh.
2, unzipped fly.
Unfortunate.
3, loose fitting jean. 4, elastic waist sweatpants. Or 5, the cozy fleece lined sweatpants of perfection.
It's a hard scale.
It is a really tough scale, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think so. I think so. All right, you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. At the risk of being repetitive to our last podcast, I do think this one for me was also a 3. Maybe trending upwards from a 3. I liked it. I think it was a good read. It was a light read. It was definitely like escape from reality. It wasn't too heavy. Maybe could have done with a little bit more, sort of conflict and plot twist and things like that. But I thought it was a solid read. So I would go with a 3, middle of the road.
Yeah. Again, I hope our next book is a different writing.
Yes.
Hopefully it's higher.
Yes.
Because otherwise we're really tough critics.
Yes, apparently.
But I am going to give it a 3 because I feel like for it to be a 4 or 5, like I'm going to want to have to read it again.
Agreed.
And I don't know if I would read this one again.
I think that's fair.
Because it's just so happy. And I guess
it's so happy.
It's so happy. And it's so funny because the first podcast we said it was too traumatic.
I know.
And now I'm like, it's too happy.
Yes.
Like there wasn't I want that like 60% through the book. I need some sort of hiccup. It doesn't have to be huge, but just a little bit, just to keep me.
Yes. Yeah, it's fair.
To keep me want to keep reading, right?
That's fair.
Like, so that's where I'm going with the loose fitting jean.
Yeah.
It's comfy, but not that comfy. It's work appropriate.
Yeah.
Although the book is not work appropriate.
Yeah. Not at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for our podcast this go round. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow us on social media as well. The next time you see us, we are going to be reading Love's a Witch by Trisha O'Malley, which has wonderful artwork as well. So we'll be excited to talk to you about the cover. Hopefully also excited to talk to you about the book.
Yeah. And there's a dog on it. All right. So until next time, keep your sweatpants on and your stories close.